All right. Hey everyone, welcome to the TimePro sprint review for sprint 352. And for this sprint, it is a short sprint to start with because we have holidays in both China office as well as in Australian office. So it's a short sprint, and we have two sprint goals for this sprint. The first one is the hotfix that's requested by Adam last week for the negative quantity and sell price. So that's already checked in and in production. Jeffrey contributed to that. And the second one is the on billing documentation. And as per your request, we have the document reviewed by both Lou and Mehmet, and they both test passed this. So we are still waiting for a test case from you that will be carried over to the next sprints. Any questions so far for the sprint goal?
Yes. So I think we spoke about that on the last day of your sprint review, right? Last week.
Yes.
Correct.
Who chased me this week to go through it again?
I didn't, Adam, because I only get Mehmet and Lou's feedback this morning last, so it was a bit too late to chase you. But I will do it on this sprint.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think I would have messaged me on that as well, Jeffrey. Like, I know that one of the things I wanted to do was get you for this, but I only got Mehmet today, so I couldn't do it, just so I don't have to ask the question, because it all makes sense.
I can give you a quick short version of what happened. So Mehmet and Lou both reviewed it. They both agreed with the architecture. The only small change was that Mehmet suggested a slightly better piece of infrastructure for the storage. So rather than using a storage queue, he recommended a service bus, which is the same price, but with more features. So I thought that was a really good piece of feedback. But the short version is you were questioning whether that would be necessary, and we've kind of gone 3 from 3 solution architects that say yes, it is necessary.
Okay, all right. Will there be any other parts of TimePro that uses the service bus?
Well, we don't have anything yet, but one of the main reasons why Sylvia actually suggested this small change was so that there's plenty of opportunity for TimePro to use it should you come out with other features later on.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now, was it necessary that all the development is held up for this document?
That one is with me, because you wanted me to essentially fact check or sanity check what they were doing with on billing. And I had a lot of questions around it. And I also noticed that when we were talking about it as a team, no one was particularly aligned on what it should be doing and how it should be behaving. So I said, go away and document it so that you guys all actually understand what's being asked. So I was the main roadblock in preventing them from starting coding until we all knew what the hell was actually happening.
Okay, I will ask Sylvia, is there any part of that, all that work that needs to be done that you could have cut off and started development on that without affecting, other things that were semi-undecided?
You mean like without the documentation or without a documentation review?
Without the sign-off of the documentation, is there any part of that you could have just started?
So for this documentation, I know it haven't been test passed by you yet, but we actually start the development for the TimePro webhook part, which for any design we are going to implement.
Oh, that's a great answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I did not know that
was
happening. Okay.
Yep. So happy with that? We can continue?
Yeah, very happy.
All right. Okay, so for the sprint, we have an estimated capacity of 32. We get no interruption. We get actual capacity of 32, and that's reflected in our timesheet as well. And going down to sprint backlog. So we have 2 downs from this sprint. The top one was the hotfix that deployed this sprint. The second one is a spike to investigate best practice for webhook. We actually have a previous implementation of webhook in TimePro, but when we review the implementation, we decide that we could do it better. So actually, Sam and I, we both did spend a day looking into different approaches, and then we come back together with a design, and we have a design doc as a output of this Spike PBI. And within the same sprint, I start working on the actual implementation for the webhook backend logic. So that's in review already. I tagged Cookie as well as JK to take a look. Sam is also reviewing it. It's in progress.
Okay.
Do you want me to get into detail into other? Yeah, go.
No, hold on. Just with the dones, can you put green ticks on the dones just so it looks better?
Yeah, of course.
Who did this Spike to investigate best practices for the webhook? You and Sam?
Me and Sam, yes.
Right. And what did you spend most of your time on, Jeffrey?
I worked on the hotfix, and I also worked on the document mostly, updating the diagrams twice because of the reviews and getting it checked.
How long did that hotfix take?
Half a day.
Really? Okay.
And I only worked 2 days this sprint, Adam, by the way, because I was on leave on Tuesday. So yeah.
Oh, I see.
And also did the Eagle Eye canary testing, which took me half a day. It was quite long.
Oh.
There's a lot of steps involved. Yeah, that's why.
Okay, makes a lot more sense. All right, good.
Yeah, and
now, has anyone on the team tried to talk to any of the people that are not using automatic timesheets or automatic comments?
No, not for this sprint.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either this one.
Right. If you remember, I asked you to have an Excel spreadsheet or something where you knew everybody's position on everything, and hopefully everybody's position is they're either using it or they're waiting for GitHub support.
Yes. So I think this is still a to-do, so we could get more people using the automatic timesheet, but this is sitting in the backlog yet, not prioritized.
I keep asking, can somebody have a conversation with one person every sprint? We want to be pushing this along so you understand what's going on.
Sure. So you want talk to one of the people that's not using it every sprint?
Yes, I feel like I keep having the same conversation, and each sprint we don't have one more conversation.
Yeah, I think that was being championed by Jim for a long time. But Jim is now I'm assuming on client work or something like that. So maybe there just wasn't handover for that task.
I think I've spoken to JK in the past about this one on the Australian side, and Jim in the China side. And you could probably be asking Chloe to be talking about this, or Hugo would be fine. But we should have somebody talking to somebody and trying to see where we're up to. It would just take a message to each person to find out why is Jill not using it?
So what's the goal? What do you
I want everybody to not be entering their client because it's already known. And I don't want them to be entering their comments in the comments field because that's already known as well. But if you're entering, I worked on snack brands today, there's a problem because it's already booked. And I just want to know why they're not using it.
Cool.
Okay. Sounds good. So we will keep track of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the hotfix, do you want a demo from Jeffrey, or you already know exactly what it is?
I think that I would prefer Jeffrey to record a little video on that you can use negatives in different circumstances.
So that's the done part. Do you have any question? Do you want me to go into details for the ones that are not done?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Unless you want to tell me something of significant work.
I would just call out that half of those that aren't done, they actually are. They're just either waiting for the pull request to be merged or waiting for a production deployment. They didn't quite make it in to the end of the sprint.
Okay. Which person is waiting for somebody to accept their pull request?
So we have two from Sam, but Sam did one this morning. That's just because on Friday and Thursday afternoon, we stopped deploying to TimePro, so we kind of just treat it as a next sprint work.
Okay.
I've already chatted to the team about jumping up and down and making a lot of noise if they're waiting on a pull request to be reviewed.
Yeah. I don't want people just throwing pull requests over the fence, hoping some random person will do it. Call them and get it approved, and walk them through why it's easy for them to approve and answer their questions. And if they go, but what about this? And go, yep, refresh. I've already fixed that up. Yep.
All right, sounds good. And yeah, we do note that we have actual effort spent as 31, so that's just 1 point less than the actual capacity. So we are well using our capacity for this sprint. And the suggested timesheet usage and automatic timesheet usage, they kind of reach like a plateau number comparing to past sprints. So I will just skip over this part. The sprint burn down looks a bit bumpy. It's because we start bringing in new PBIs as we run out of the PBIs planned for this sprint. But like we just mentioned before, some of them are very close to be done. That's why we can't like close them off and see like a drop in the line. And then we bring in like more bugs reported by the CRM team and also by the accountants. So you can see like a creep in the remaining effort. Something also tied into the conversation is that we only did one production deployment for the last sprint. That's like something we need to watch for next sprint to get more prod deployment, so we could close off more down PBIs. The code coverage stats mainly stay the same. We have one addition to the total test, but the other stats, they look pretty much similar to last sprint. Going down to application health, we do have a dependency failure that we keep monitoring from a few sprints before. We have one fix out of 2 that's done in production. So we see a decrease in the number, but we are not sure if the vacation or just drop in TimePro usage has contributed to that. So we will keep an eye for that in next sprint as well.
Okay, in the pink, I see 2 peaks in the fail request. Have you looked at that?
The failed request. Not yet, but we can take a note down and look what they are.
Okay, all right. Sam, Jeffrey, and Sylvia, I think somebody should have already looked at that during the, when you start looking at that. Like any peak that you don't know what stands out, you should, especially when we're talking about errors.
Okay, all right, noted. And the state of epics. So comparing to last sprint, we have a increase of number PBIs for the cross billing. And so for the same reason, we have an increase of sum of effort for cross billing epic as well. That's why the progress bar kind of decreased by 10%, like 8%. But I think it's a good thing because that means we are keep moving on this epic finally. And we are majority of the work done in the sprints are related to the cross billing epic as well. So for any questions so far?
Right, good.
Okay, for the AI part, I will hand over to Jeffrey.
Thank you. So yeah, AI usage is the same as last sprint. So I'm still using Cursor and Cloud Pro, which I pay for. Sam is using Copilot, and Sylvia Copilot with Cloud Opus 4.6. I guess you guys only have the free versions, right? So far.
Yeah, but China Office has a new setup that encourage us to buy Opus with a Cloud with a Gemini. Nice. Yeah, so I signed up for that list. So this might change for me next sprint.
That's great.
Use it with caution. Our biggest client, Logitech, all their accounts being suspended by Cloud 2 days ago. Pretty strict for the Chinese.
And the most amazing thing is we've always been dealing with the Great Firewall of China for more than 10 years now. And now we're dealing with the Great Firewall of America because they're the ones banning it, not the Chinese. Hilarious.
Yeah.
How the world has changed. If you go back up to the backlog, we generally put an emoji on the ones that we were successful on doing 100% with AI. I'm wondering, that first one that Jeffrey did were you successful doing that with AI, Jeffrey?
Yeah, correct. I used AI to update the code and then I reviewed it. So yes.
Yeah, but did you make any manual changes to the code?
No, I didn't. It just looked good when it, first
so
try.
In that case, with that, put the emoji there. I personally would put in the done column. So it was done with AI. So we just are seeing how many we're getting done with AI.
So you mean adding the robot emoji? Yeah, okay.
Like this one?
Yeah, something like that. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right,
cool.
Let's keep going.
Thanks. So yeah, let's go back. So actually, I'm going to take over screen control anyway, Sylvia, for the Claude dashboard. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, you guys can see it?
Yep.
So yeah, awesome. So the overview, there's a lot of things we discussed, so I'm not going to go through them all. The one we haven't talked about yet, which I think is important, is our upcoming capacity. So Sam is going to be on client work next week, and I will be moving to France in about 10 days. So this means we're going to have a lower capacity. Yeah. So the big question is, Adam, would you like me to keep working on TimePro or to work with the Frenchies on rules and people?
No, I want you to stay in TimePro. We got to get this thing done.
Correct, yeah. So yeah, sounds good. That's what I do as well. I should keep working on this on billing stuff until we get it. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down on this overview now. The hard truth we had two. One was the capacity we just mentioned, and the second one is the on billing, which has been here for a while now. So, but I guess we're reaching the end and we can finish off the implementation very soon. Timeline, second one is speaking time. So Luke and Sylvia spoke the most. So Luke was acting PO for this meeting, and myself and Sam were just at the bottom there. A few things here which I'm just gonna go through. So the big one is the time waste analysis. So it said that we spent 12 minutes of wasted time, which is because we talked about many things during the meeting. I don't think it's wasted. It's just things we could have talked about before the meeting, I guess. But it was all useful information. Let's move on to the next tab now, which is people and roles. So we all did a good job here. You can see it called Luke as being the proxy PO, which is correct. Sylvia as a Scrum Master, and myself and Sam as developers. So all of this is accurate. On the insights, 2 elephants in the room. We didn't know whether I was going to keep working on TimePro, so now this is clarified, so that's good. And the PO absence. If
you have that question that pops up during the sprint review, you can message me and I can thumbs up it, and then you can say
right.
Yep.
Okay, I just thought I would ask you directly during this meeting, but okay, I can message you next time. Yeah, and second one is the PO absence. So I think it's just the second week Michael didn't join this meeting, but I guess he's just busy with client work, so hopefully he can join back. And that's about it. Oh no, the last one is trends as well. So this is comparing what's happened over the last 5 sprints, I believe. So it called that we have some recurring issues, the on-billing review document bottleneck, the tech lead availability, because JK was in the US and also on client work, and also some mid-sprint scope changes we had. But this was all discussed before, and I think it's part of the retro. But yeah, everything seems quite accurate. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I think I'll give it a green tick once we go back to the email, Sylvia, if you want to take over screen share again.
Yep, sure. So I will put a green tick for the
it's
plot.
all accurate information. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so here we are.
Awesome.
A green tick.
And now if you want to keep scrolling, so speaking times, yeah. So these are now from Copilot. They are similar to the one we just saw in Claude. So this is all consistent. And we also asked Copilot, what was the main issue completed, be brief. And he told us that the hotfix was completed. We removed the validation to allow negative quantity and sell values on invoice items in TimePro. So this is what we demoed just before. Any question, Adam?
Oh, good.
Awesome. Now the Yak shaver use, we had 30 new PBIs over the last 30 days, and 22 of them were Yak shaved. This brings our ratio to 73%. And we've completed 9 of them over the last 30 days as well. And Sylvia, I believe you might to take over for retro.
Yeah, sure. So I will just yeah, we have a lot here. I will just pick the important ones to mention. So what went well? First, for the doc review, we got good feedback from solution architects and as well as Lou. And then the other one is we get great start on the billing epic. We did a backlog refinement, and then we are working on those refined for this sprint. And what didn't go so well? So we have too many PBIs working on in the same time, but then we can't close off them because they are either blocked by the pull request or the deployment. That's something we need to watch for. And then the second one is our tech lead is often not accessible. And it has been a trend. And I mean, like, this is not JK's fault because he's definitely on client work. And so this is a topic that we brought up if we could ask for a different tech lead, someone internal, but that still can like watch over or like supervise the work.
Maybe just before you do this, sorry, go for it, Adam.
Well, I think that you've got a little bit of JK's time, and you got a little bit of Cookie's time, and a little bit of Mehmet's time, and a little bit of my time. I know it's not an ideal situation, but yeah, but I don't think I can think of a better solution. Although I agree, it's not a perfect solution. Obviously, more time with JK would be perfect, but yeah, client work comes first.
Yeah, and I also got a conversation with Dan and Gordon. They are a bit annoyed with me being overly distracted. So the next 2 weeks, my availability will be a bit harder. Yeah, we have right now very critical work that we need to work through. And I try to help as much as I can, and they got a bit cranky about that.
Yep.
All right. So move to the improvement to be made. So first thing, be more pushy when waiting for a pull request to be checked. And then the other one is watch for the deployments. We don't want to always miss the deployment window, so we could get more done in a sprint. And any questions so far? If not, we can move to the forecast.
All good.
All right. So for the forecast next sprint, so it will still be a 1 week sprint, but Sam will be on client work, so it will just be Jeffrey and I. We have 25 capacity estimated for next sprint, and this is our backlog. The sprint goals, the first one is, of course, get the documentation for on-billing reviewed. And then the second one is to finish up the webhook implementation that I already started this week. And do you have any question regarding the backlog?
No.
Okay. All right. And then for the Copilot, it summarized our main action point to work on for next sprint is to get the webhook backend work reviewed and deployed, including Adam's review for the on-billing documentation. So that covers both of our sprint goals, which is quite accurate, I would say. So
just on that, sorry, 1 second. So Adam, you reviewed the doc pretty much in its entirety last week. You wanted Mehmet and Lou to give it one more look over. There have been no substantial changes. So do you want the team to take you through the doc a second time, or are you happy to give it your blessing?
I don't want to be. They can, but I don't want to be a blocker. I think the doc's way overcooked. I'm glad Sylvia started on it. It's great. I really think that the team should be diving in headfirst into doing as much as they can. I don't want to be a blocker.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. So that's the review and forecast. Thanks everyone for joining. And you can also check this meeting. It will be uploaded to our YouTube channel for TimePro. And thanks everyone.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you.